stepped in the game? At point blank range, who done stepped in the game? At point blank range, who done stepped in the game? Stepped in the game, stepped in the game.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, Nintendo decided to announce something that was expected by a lot of naysayers, and on the other hand, was expected by a lot of people on the financial sector, because they wanted something like this to happen, although reading into the details, they may not get exactly what they want. So, this is another Infernal thought process video, and the reason why it's an Infernal thought process video is because the press just seems to not get it. For you to be able to report on something, you have to do so accurately. I'm fairly sure there's some type of clause for journalistic integrity, and you know there's a couple of movements going around right now that are basically demanding that from games journalism at large, but that's a whole nother subject I won't get into right now. The big problem that I'm seeing right now is only Nintendo news seems to only be the top story when it can have some type of negative slant. So we have these titles saying that, you know, the Wii U is out the door because Nintendo announced another platform. Nintendo's going mobile, Mario on your smartphone, and things of that nature, when if you actually listened to the press conference and looked at the actual deal, the way that it was written, I mean, it's all public information on Nintendo's corporate website. None of that is accurate at all. So I'll go with one of the things, and that, you know, Wii U's days are numbered. There's a particular article out there that decided to create an article saying that the Wii U's days were numbered because of Nintendo during this announcement mentioned their next generation platform or home console, and they code named it NX. So just by them naming that means that the Wii U is gone by the wayside, because that console could be announced by this time next year, which means it could release by fall of next year or possibly in 2017, which will put it at a 4 to 5 year life cycle for the Wii U, which to me really doesn't make any sense at all. The only console that has extended its lifespan on the Nintendo side of things was Wii. That was the only one that really, other than the NES, that lasted longer than 6 years. You have the Super NES, which was launched in 1991 in the United States and was basically retired by the time the N64 came out in 1996, which is a total of 5 years. Then you have the N64 being replaced by the GameCube in 2001, which is another 5 years. So if Wii U is replaced by 2017, that's another 5 years. Where the hell did they get the information that this would be the shortest lifespan of a Nintendo console yet? They didn't get it from anywhere. So that really boggles the mind why anybody wouldn't even decide to go back and look into recent history, let alone further back several years, to see exactly if that was or would be the shortest console life cycle for Nintendo. And it isn't. So, but if you're a journalist, the whole point is for you to investigate, to find information that is accurate so you can provide it to people as a public service. That is the whole reason you have a job. Now, the other thing that I kind of wanted to pertain to was the whole notion that Nintendo is going directly to develop games for mobile. Well, according to the press conference there, the majority of the work that will be done on mobile first will be the platform or the membership program that's going to replace Club Nintendo, because it will be everywhere. It will be on PC, it will be on mobile, it will be on tablet, Wii U, 3DS, what have you. Wherever you go to get your information on the internet, if it's not an Xbox or a PlayStation, you can get it via the new Club Nintendo initiative. And so Nintendo partnering with DNA has allowed them to show their expertise, because DNA has been doing the whole mobile scene for years, as well as server backend for such applications for mobile games. Mobile games, mobile software, and things of that nature. So they're a big player in Japan proper. Whether or not this will happen on U.S. shores remains to be seen, because Nintendo tends to pick U.S. companies and Japanese companies kind of interchangeably, depending on which is going to be more appealing to the market per se. So if they decide to continue to partner with ITV or what have you, like they did for Nintendo TV on the Wii U, as far as back-end server stuff and things of that nature, as far as infrastructure goes, that could be the case still. We don't know that yet. But if DNA is going to be doing things here, then that can happen also as well. We don't know. But the majority of the software, any of the software that's going to be coming, according to the questions and answers after the announcement, as well as the documentation on the official agreement where they list the percentage of shares and things of that nature, list that nothing will happen anyway until the next fiscal year, which is not this March, but next March. So March 2016 is when we will start seeing initiatives of things as far as mobile and things like that. Now they will start announcing more in specific what their initiatives will be, probably in the summer or the fall, just to let you know exactly what they're going to be doing. But as far as seeing the fruits of those labors and things of that nature, it's very far off. They probably haven't even really gotten started yet. They just finally finalized the talks that they've been doing since 2010. So from the majority of the questions that were posed at the end of this conversation, if you will, between Satoru Iwata and the head of DNA, and his name doesn't come to mind right now, but with regards to those questions, a lot of them were posed the same way a lot of the individuals out here in the United States that are, or on YouTube proper, were asking also as well. Was this a decision in haste and things of that nature? And they were all pretty much debunked. And with regards to games coming out or games being developed, there was nothing even confirming that Nintendo would be developing anything for mobile. The majority of everything that was mentioned was everything on mobile at this point would start off with DNA doing certain things and putting things out there, and they would be able to use Nintendo IP if need be, or if they are allowed to, on a case-by-case basis. Specifically, that was mentioned multiple times during the question and answer session following that briefing in Japan. So, I mean, it really only takes a little bit of digging to get to the truth. And the truth is, these two companies have a vested interest in each other. Small stakeholding bets aside, that was done basically as a show of confidence to investors that they really believe in each other, and also basically to trick investors to thinking that Nintendo's going to jump into mobile right away, which is something that they've probably been begging Nintendo to do for a couple of years now, and the reason why Nintendo's stock has gone down a little bit over the past couple of years. And of course, this announcement has made Nintendo's stock skyrocket pretty much over the past day. And it's just bewildering to me how everybody out there that can see all this information in black and white also be tricked the same way. Nintendo isn't going anywhere, which is why they specifically announced NX, and that was the whole point of them announcing it, was to just say, hey, we're working on new hardware, so we're still making console platforms and we're still making games for them. We're not just going straight mobile. And the day that Nintendo also said, the day that they get out of the games, the hardware business is the day they get out of games, period. So yeah, mobile games will be gone if consoles are gone. They're still sticking by that. So there's an article that came out today. All that information pretty much released yesterday, and there's an article that came out today that pretty much confirmed that Miyamoto's not working on anything for mobile right now, which anybody with common sense will understand, given that you actually read the information or actually read the article other than the headlines, because a lot of these headlines are lies. Again, all you have to do is really just read or listen to the information therefore, and you will get the same information. Don't be tricked by headlines, people. It's really ignorant. You'll have people out here having you think that Nintendo's going out of business tomorrow, and that the only thing they're going to create are mobile games, and every game that they're going to make the mobile games themselves, instead of right now there's going to be a mobile partner that's going to be creating content first. And things of that nature. Don't be deceived. Look at these articles. Read the source of the article. Ignore the headlines, and then you'll get to the real information. There are a couple people out there right now that have already made some really inaccurate videos and some real inaccurate comments on Google+, YouTube, insert forum board here. And they're pretty much putting their foot in their mouth with the announcement of Shigeru Miyamoto not developing anything for mobile right now. So they get to see where they are at this point. But that's all I have to say for now. If you have any comments or any suggestions or any feedback, you can leave it in the comment section below, and I'll address you directly, each and every one of you. And you know who you are. You know who I'm speaking to right now. But anyway, to everybody else that actually has common sense that read this, thank you so much. And you guys have a nice day. As I always say, do you play games to have fun or to impress other people? Deuces.